Welcome everyone. Today we are speaking with Gina Rafkind from Vedasun blog. Gina, thank you so much for joining us here at the Celebrate Life Summit. We're just so excited to be able to share your insights about meditation and how to beat the anxiety that we all seem to have. So thank you very much.
Well, thank you for having me. I'm excited. Excited to share.
Thanks. Gina, what made you start the Vedasun blog?
Well, Vedasun started out of a journey, my journey through anxiety, actually. So through that journey, you know, I had a lot of ups and downs, mostly downs. And it made me want to share what I learned with other women so that they can learn how to heal anxiety. So that's basically why I started this.
The Celebrate Life Summit is about learning to connect with your true self and letting go of the stress. Can you tell us a little bit more about your personal journey through stress and anxiety? You have a good story.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, it started when my dad died. I remember I was in college and I was studying in the library there for an accounting exam, and my roommate, who I knew since first grade, had to come and tell me, you know, that my dad was in a coma. Wow. So that, you know, I thought I handled that really well, but then I realized I didn't after 7 years later when I had this, like, tsunami of a panic attack that just hit me out of nowhere. I thought I was basically going to die. So that started my journey. And, you know, the first part of my journey was really researching. You know, once I realized what it was, I just wanted to research about it because I wanted to learn about it. That's usually what I do. So I must have spent hours and hours at Barnes & Noble searching, you know, all about anxiety, reading on the internet. And through that, through all that research, I discovered meditation and I discovered yoga. And then through that, I also discovered about other holistic therapies, and aromatherapy was one of them. That I can remember, like, opening a bottle of lavender, never smelling lavender before, and I just remember this calm that came over me. So I was like, oh, I got to learn more about this. So that led me to doing a study, you know, home study course with a certified aromatherapist, and I got into reflexology, and I got certified in that. Wow. And yeah, so it was just that outer journey. And when I, you know, reading all about it, researching, and then finding the stuff that helped, really led me on this path of, you know, meditation and yoga. That's really brought me into to learn more about my inner being.
Can you tell us and our viewers how meditation can help to relieve anxiety?
Yeah, absolutely. If I had to give you one thing to do, like, meditation is my #1 tool that's in my medicine pouch for anxiety. And, you know, it just starts to open, you know, what meditation does, it starts to open the heart. You know, a lot of times we're so closed, and when we're in anxiety, we're in this contracted state. So we want to expand out, and meditation helps us do that. And it's a space, it creates a space that you allow everything to just be as it is. So, and whatever shows up, because when you're meditating, stuff's going to show up. And it's learning to just allow that to be, and that's one of the big, a big key to healing anxiety is acceptance of what is. So, yeah, not resisting what is.
We were speaking with Goddess Leonie Dawson as well, and she uses meditation for creativity as well. So do you use meditation to help you with your creative things that you come up with?
Absolutely. You know, because, you know, meditation brings you into that space of, you know, it brings you in the moment, basically, is what meditation does. So when things are showing up when you're sitting in meditation, it's being in that moment is when all those ideas come to you. You know, a lot of times you can't when you sit there, I'm like, oh, I gotta think of something to do, and you're thinking and thinking and thinking. Usually that's not when the stuff shows up. It's when you let go of that, and all my ideas come in between the thoughts, in between my thoughts. And they say a lot of inventions happen too when people just let go, and this light bulb just came up.
Totally.
I get a lot of ideas in the shower. I don't know why.
I was just going to say that.
You.
Totally.
Yeah. And I keep a pad at my night table by my bed, because as I'm falling asleep and when I wake up too, these ideas just come, and if I don't write them down, I'll forget them.
True.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah.
A lot of people struggle with trying to meditate, including us, me especially. How would you say the beginner can get started? Do you have any tips or anything?
Yeah, I say the easiest way for anyone to start is to just focus on one of your 5 senses. I would say that's the easiest. I mean, breathing too, paying attention to your breath is easy too, but I just find that, if you just stop, like say you're outside or even in your house, and you just stop and put all your attention on your ears and what you're hearing. If you focus on that stops your thoughts in their tracks, and you're just there. You're in the moment, just listening. And you can use your sense of sight. Like I'm a crystal junkie. So I'll have a lot of crystals.
Oh, yeah.
And you can actually just look, and it can be anything. You can choose an object, but don't choose an object that has words on it, because then that'll make your mind go. So if you choose an object like a crystal or anything, it could be a marker that doesn't have writing on it. And you just look at it, and you just really put all your attention on it and focus and explore it like a child. Like, how a kid picks up something, it could be the silliest little thing, and they're just so happy.
Yeah.
So it's and I do that with my crystals, and it's so amazing because I see new things every time.
Huh.
So, you have your sense of sight, touch, even if you just kind of feel like I'm at my desk. So if I just close my eyes and just put all my attention on the surface of my desk, and that just brings me right here with you guys. Like, I'm just right here. So I think that's the easiest.
That's
good
good advice.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
You talk about the 7 chakras. Now,
Yeah.
I'm just learning this stuff, so I would love to hear what the 7 chakras are.
Sure. Well, we actually have more than 7,
okay.
but there's 7. They're all over. But there's 7 major ones that start from our the bottom, the base of our spine, and run up to the top of our head. So those are the 7 major chakras. And what they are basically they're spinning wheels of energy. And chakra is actually a Sanskrit term that means wheel. So they're these spinning, like say your heart chakra, it's this spinning energy. And what it is, it's the pathway where our subtle bodies get information to our physical body. So they're hard to explain when you're first learning about them, but they're like if you think of like an ice cream cone or a birthday hat, it's like a sphere, a cylindrical sphere with a point on the one end and then a round opening.
Okay.
So at your heart chakra, the point is here, and then it extends out like a cone. So that opening is where information from our subtle energy bodies come into our being. So, they offer insight as to why you might be experiencing something that you are. Like a lot of people who have thyroid conditions, that's a 5th chakra, is your thyroid. So a lot of people who might not express themselves freely might have an underactive thyroid. Or if your creativity is blocked, that's also the center of creativity. So, and the chakras are like hardware on a computer too. If if the universal energy isn't flowing freely through them and through our body, they can become blocked. And that's kind of like that, you know, if they become blocked, that the fifth chakra becomes blocked, if it's underactive, you might not be able to speak your truth. If it's overactive, you might not be able to quiet down, you know, you're just talking. So they're basically energy centers that communicate between our subtle bodies and physical body, and it just goes to show that our emotional states affect our physical health.
For sure.
Yeah.
So you have a meditation kit around the 7 chakras.
I do. Yeah. That kit helps to help people become more aware of each chakra and what they're about, and also to help balance the chakra. So there's 7 different meditations in there, one for each, one journey through each chakra, and then there's also one meditation where it's a journey through all 7 in one meditation. So it's like a journey through it. I think each one's like 10 to 12 minutes long, and it explains about the chakra, and then there's a little movement in there too to help you bring attention and focus to that area of the body.
Oh, neat.
Very cool.
Can you tell us more about your anxiety busting kit?
Sure. That's that kit has 2 audios in it. There's an anxiety busting meditation and routine, and there's an ebook all about aromatherapy, because like I said, that was a huge tool that I use and still use every day. And then the funnest thing that I like, I created a journal and guidebook, and basically the whole kit is to help people become more aware of their body, because when you have anxiety, you're in your head. It's like you're cut off from here down.
Yeah.
So it's bringing people back into the body, raising their awareness by, I have different tools and techniques and exercises, like I showed you with, the 5 senses. Right. Bringing your awareness to that brings you into the present moment. So it's a fun little kit, and it's all about, that's what it's all about, just raising awareness and helping the people come back into the moment, because anxiety can't exist in the moment. It only exists when we're, thinking about the past or worrying about the future. But when we're here now, there's no problems. Yeah.
Can you tell us about any other program or any other things that you might want our viewers to know about you?
Sure. Well, I'm considered the anxiety buster. And I do one-on-one coaching with people to help them bust through anxiety. And when I say that, it's bust throughing it, not against it. Because with anxiety, we don't want to cure it. Because, anxiety really is an important messenger to our being. It lets us know when something's up. Right. But when it gets, overactive, that's when it becomes chronic. And so I do the one-on-one coaching, and I'm also doing a program, Anxiety Busting Virtual Retreat, that just started this month. So I'll be having more. It's a 4-week program, and I'll be doing more of that in the future too, because that's really fun. And I like getting a group of women together and working through anxiety, and it's really awesome.
And so that's all virtual, so even people here in Canada can take advantage of those programs, right, Gina?
Yeah, everybody wherever you are in the world can, because as long as you have a telephone and a computer, that's all you need.
Yeah. Awesome.
Great.
Yeah.
Very cool.
It's nice to have those resources here.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
The internet has done wonders for bringing all this stuff together, hasn't it?
Oh my gosh, it really has. It's amazing. I mean, I talked with some women from Australia, so it's 8:30 for me, and it was like, or was it 9:30? I think it was 8:30 for me and 9:30 for her in the morning, and it's like, it's amazing. They're a plane ride away, and here I am chatting with them.
Yeah. Yeah.
On video, on Skype, and seeing them. So yeah, it's really, really cool, and it helps to get people's message out easier. Absolutely.
One thing we were talking about yesterday was that it's part of being able to bust through anxiety and being able to live in the moment and stuff is being able to share that with people that are also struggling, right? Like being able to connect with people like you and other people that we've talked to is just such a bonus, right? We're not alone, and we have all these resources available to us, so it's just so wonderful that we could talk to you tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much. It was great.